It's been over a year since we traveled to Mexico City to film what would be the second installment of the Electrikhana series with Ken Block. And it's been almost a year since he tragically left us. Over the first 6 months, I think we sat trying to figure out how exactly to put all of this together. And we knew it had to come out. We knew it was something that Ken would want out. But it took a while for all of us to, I think, for lack of better words, build up the courage to put it together. So Audi and the rest of the Hoonitron gang felt we should tell this. And that's what this film is that you're going to watch today, which is a little bit of the story of everything that we had to do and everything we had to overcome, but also the new things we learned on working with the Hoonitron and the excitement that brought Ken and I, because after, I can't even count, 15, 13, I don't know, Gymkhana films, it was exciting to do something new and try some different stuff. So enjoy. Vegas was a super difficult shoot. We've talked about doing a Gymkhana at night, a story of sort of an electric vehicle and an electric city, vibrant electric look.
For me, it was definitely one of the most difficult shoots. We were dealing with so many different factors, from a new car to a different type of filming situation to trying to do things cool and different. It was definitely a big challenge.
I think we wanted to look at that and say, let's flip it and do something entirely different. We share a real passion with everybody at Audi. It's been so much fun to work with them on this. And for both of us, you know, this is a brand that we've loved since we first got into cars. And I mean, from when it was the days of this, and now to be able to take something like Electrikhana and be a part of the future of everything that we're doing with Audi is just awesome.
They've had a very accelerated build and development plan for this car. It's a very aggressive approach because you just don't build prototype cars that go out and do these things in 6 months.
While the Hoonitron is an absolutely amazing machine, we realized that the transition from Gymkhanas in a combustion-based vehicle to EV brought a whole level of problems we didn't even think would be there for Ken as a driver. The Hoonitron, over the course of the first film to the second film, went through a ton of changes to try to remedy these issues.
So since we filmed in Vegas, we've been focusing with Audi to try and develop in the areas that it was weak. And we've had a lot of success. Actually, I should say, Audi has had a lot of success.
Da hat sich eben gewünscht, für langsame Tricks ein besseres Gefühl zu haben. Und diese virtuellen Gänge haben wir ihm ins Fahrzeug gebracht.
It's been very impressive to see them take on this project and do the things that they've been doing.
Es gibt eigentlich nichts Vergleichbares so jetzt auf der Welt. Wie gesagt, es ist eine Regulierung der Drehzahl, der Raddrehzahl eigentlich.
Wir haben auch einen Knopf im Fahrzeug, um die Fahrtrichtung zu wechseln, blitzschnell.
We're now past the point of just these rally-inspired tricks, which is really what created the original template for Gymkhana. And we've now moved into, what weird stuff can we do?
Wir haben jetzt einfach das Fahrzeug so entwickelt, dass es mehr kann als ein Verbrenner. Und das war unser Ziel.
There's 3 crucial ingredients to every Gymkhana film. 1, Ken's driving. 2, the perfect vehicle. And 3, the ideal location. Mexico City is extremely unique. One of the things that make it so special is this wild, varied modernism, architecture and design here.
For us, it's very refreshing to come here and feature something completely different and unexpected to most people.
Even just the small details have a very progressive sort of aesthetic to it. That's what we wanted as the backdrop for the next film. Ken really wanted to elevate the livery from just a bunch of sponsor logos to something that actually felt like art. It was the part that really made Ken stand out in the beginning, and I think has set a trend of everyone to follow after. Whenever we set out to make a film, like the livery package is such a big part of just setting the car apart. For Electrikhana 1, we wanted to pay homage to like early rally liveries, right? And it's like the classic Audi colors, the red, gray, black and white kind of color scheme. But this year, it was like we wanted to do something slightly different, but sort of stay in that same realm. And we sort of went through a big exploration of like a bunch of different stuff.
It was not easy. We tried a lot of different ideas. We just wanted something that was a bit simpler, a bit bold, trying to make the livery even feel a little bit tougher than the past two liveries. And so we ended up with something fairly simple and with a lot more black in it.
For Ken, the most important part in anything we filmed in Gymkhana was that it was real. That's why there was so many different takes. We didn't want to combine a bunch of different things that didn't really happen. It was important that we showed something that happened. It came from skateboarding. You had to make the trick to be able to show it. What the Hoonitron offered us was the ability to do things that we actually didn't think were possible previously. That was really exciting. The ability to use technology to do things that previously weren't possible for us.
You know, Brian's doing the main scouts and finding stuff and then showing me, and I'm like, okay, well, that's a really cool intersection. And now let's apply some of these new things we know that the car can do, or even taking some of the traditional stuff and just doing it in a different way. The thing is, like, at the end of the day, I'm still a rally driver. I still want to do things that make sense to me as a race car driver. I'm not a circus clown. Like, I'm not a guy that just likes to do tricks. Like, I want to do things that are really creative with a race car. And so we are kind of getting into the realm of what we call weird, you know? But it's like we still want to do it in such a way that makes sense to us and looks cool to us as car people.
Für meine Nerven ist Videodrehen mit Ken Block eine Tortur. Wir haben jetzt schon einiges miteinander erlebt und das schweißt natürlich auch zusammen.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a very big creative challenge, but it was quite unique working with our Hoonitron team and with the Audi team to go out and create a really fun film project.